What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Gino Thanks, and I brought Belle back. What's up?
With my hair out this time. Last time I was in a wrap, but you all get to see the hair this time.
But you look good either way. You look good either way, though. That's what's important.
Thank you.
But so I'm gonna be bringing you back on now every time there's like you're gonna be like my movie expert. All right, so anytime there's like a good movie that's out, I know you want to review it, let me know, because you can come back anytime. But why don't you tell everybody what we're talking about, because this was kind of you wanted to do a review on this one as well, and I actually watched. Well, I wanted to see it, but you kind of pushed me to watch it, like when you were like, come on, we need to do this review. So why don't you tell people about the movie?
All right, so if any of you guys are familiar, Janelle Monáe has been just really getting her footing in acting, and this most recent release, Antebellum, which came out on all the streaming services. I don't remember what actual date. On September 18th, it came out on all streaming services, and it's categorized as a horror. And yeah, let's talk about it. You saw it, so let's talk about it.
I do want to mention that like it's very heavy in the trailer of made by the producers of Get Out and Us, but it wasn't Jordan Peele, right?
Actually,
he actually was a part of those other two movies, but not this one.
No, I don't think so, because I
wasn't in Us.
He was in Us. I'm not sure.
Jordan Peele was definitely Get Out.
Oh, that was his film. Yes, Get Out, and Us. He made Us.
But that's what I'm saying. And then they put his name a lot in the trailer for this movie, but it's the other people that were in those movies, but not him.
Yeah. It was written by Gerard Bush and Christopher Renz, and I don't know who that was. I don't even see. Yeah, it was Gerard Bush and Christopher Renz. I don't see Jordan Peele anywhere here, but they may have some relation to Jordan
exactly,
Peele.
But I'm saying you could tell that it was lacking his influence or his writing in it. That's all I can say.
Well, okay, so now we're going straight into the interview. Straight into the review. I can agree with that. I think, I don't know, the message, like I got the message, but it wasn't well delivered, in my opinion. I think definitely. I think that, of course, the times that we're in right now, race relations is a very serious topic and a very sensitive topic, especially when you're talking about the antebellum South, which I think that's why they named it Antebellum, because historically the antebellum South was known to be a very cruel place, to be during slave times, but also just the whole Confederacy and how they fought for keeping slavery and keeping, unfortunately, Black people in a state of slavery. I mean, it really kind of hit on that agenda. And
that's crazy too, because like this was supposed to come out way before the shutdown and everything, right?
Right, and it's like there's never a good time to release a film of this nature. So to say, well, the fact that they chose to release it at this time when everyone's at home, you know what I mean? Right now we've got the protests with Breonna Taylor. We've got, George Floyd. I mean, this is a very racially tense time that we're in. And I feel as though, there's never a good time, but this time especially was not a good idea. But as far as the content of the film, what are your thoughts? I'm curious.
No, as far as it was a good. I mean, we're giving spoilers out.
I don't know. I'm gonna try not to. I'll try not to.
I mean, we have to. Fuck it. I don't care. Yeah. As soon as there was, the twist or whatever, I was all into it. But then I realized like a lot of the stuff now doesn't make sense. Like once that cell phone started ringing, I was like, why do you guys still need those like swords and shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
And I get that
and
it's like a reenactment, but as far as like security purposes, like you know what I'm saying, it kind of made it unbelievable at that point.
there was another film that kind of had
The
this.
Village.
Yeah, The
It was
Village.
yeah.
It was just like that.
It's definitely a knockoff of M Night Shyamalan, and they were like, how do we make it like The Village, but like put race into it? Is what it
Right.
was.
Yeah, exactly. And I just, I just, but this is not a play on Janelle Monáe's acting. I must say she really played both roles, from the professional modern day, woman to, the previous day, slave character that she played. She really did a wonderful job, just portraying each character, and her acting has really, really, kicked it up a notch.
Is this her first? Is this her first role, or like? What?
This is not her first role. She has actually. Let me see. I can't. I can't quite recall which films she has done, but I know. Let's see.
I just like that yoga song. That's her, right?
Yeah, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her.
I know she's come out with like other songs since then, but I still think that's her best song.
Was she in Hidden Figures?
I never saw that one.
Hidden Figures? Yeah, I think she was in Hidden Figures also, and she did well in that, but I think that this really pushed her as far as her acting style and the lengths that she was willing to go to portray the role.
Actually, I forgot all about that too. Like, I don't know. In the present day, were they trying to make it look like Blue Ivy, the daughter?
Huh?
They were trying to make the daughter like I was getting like Jay-Z and Beyonce and Blue Ivy kind of, and then literally as soon as I thought that, I saw the Ivy Park that she was wearing, and like the little workout she was doing yoga.
Oh, she was doing yoga. Interesting observation. Yeah. I don't think actually the outfit that she was wearing, that orange jumpsuit like outfit that she was wearing, that is the same outfit that I believe Beyonce was wearing in it was one music video. I can't quite remember, but she had the same hairstyle. And it was a different color, but it was kind of like the same aspect. But I think essentially what they were trying to show with the whole family dynamic is a neutral family, that, this is a modern day neutral Black family, which is something that we unfortunately rarely see in films now when you're portraying a Black woman. So I think it's to speak to undoing the stereotype that Black women are single mothers, and also undoing the stereotype that Black women can't climb academically, because she was a PhD in sociology. I'm also a sociology graduate. So, it wanted to just show the advancement of Black women and how our status has really changed in the world as a whole. But the opposition, meaning, unfortunately, the white cast, really just wanted to put her back in her place, And I think they just did it in a very, I don't know. It was in poor taste, I'll say. It was in poor taste, because we know the atrocities of slavery. We know how terrible it was. We know the unfairness, being in the plantation life. Come on. We do we need to be fed that again and again and again?
And I get like, see, that's what I'm saying. That's why I took it like a step further, and it's also a metaphor for what's going on today and how celebrities are like slaves to the industry kind of thing. That's why I was like,
it could be, but it could also be a node to what's going on today and just the racially tense environment that we're in right now. I mean, you've got the rhetoric of Trump, make America great again, and
Yeah,
all
it
that
kind of makes
stuff.
you
And
wonder. It's like, why do people feel so comfortable being so racist all the time? And it's like places like this must exist, and they just like forget that they're not there. And
yeah, I don't know. I personally, I mean, as a Black woman watching this film, I'm going to have a different opinion than a white man watching this film. I'm going to have a different opinion than a Spanish man or woman watching this film. It hits different because it relates to my people and our history as a people. But just coming from a general movie critic sense, I just think the film was just in poor taste, and it didn't really deliver on it. It definitely wasn't a horror that it was marketed as.
yeah, exactly.
Definitely
That's what I'm
not.
saying. That's why I was like,
Definitely
it's
not.
not Jordan Peele-ish. Like,
But even though it didn't have those Jordan Peele elements, it didn't have any horror elements either. Like I didn't feel any fear. I just was angry the whole time. Gabori Sabide also delivered on her character,
yeah,
as
she was awesome. I saw her name in the credits, and I was waiting the whole movie for her to show up.
yeah, I think she really did well in her role, and I especially love how she shut that guy down when they were at dinner, and she was telling him like,
Yeah.
no, this is how you approach a woman.
Why
That was
why
that
she
was
still
awesome.
give him his number though? Why is she still her number?
Because she wants to know if he was listening for next time, so he can do better next
Nah,
time.
I feel like because that's what gets people to stalk you and shit. Like, you know what
Nah,
I'm
I think,
saying?
but I also think that scene in itself just it just really highlights just the aspect of just being a young woman, a young Black woman trying to come up in society. We're not drinking Jack and Coke. We're drinking champagne now. And you're going to serve us as such, and you're going to treat us as such with respect. And I think that that's what the movie was trying to just kind of portray. Um, and then I don't know, and then the whole kidnapping and when the girl was saying that I handpicked each and every one of you and da da da. I don't know. I I didn't really care for that because it's like it was just trying to show us that there are people out there that think that Black people should go back into their place, and so maybe it was trying to highlight that you know people may be very angry that
No,
there
it's like
are.
those movies where it's like one happens in the past and then one's the present and then one's the future and they're supposedly like different, but then they're all related, intertwined kind of thing.
Yeah,
That's what I thought was gonna happen, and I feel like that's what should have happened in this movie.
I didn't see much of like future. I just mostly saw
Oh yeah,
past
yeah,
and
yeah, exactly.
present.
Past and present. But I'm saying I thought
Yeah,
that's the direction they were going with, where like the
yeah,
stuff in the present day would somehow relate to the stuff in the past.
yeah. But it no,
Yeah,
it's not
exactly. They
similar.
didn't they didn't execute it like as well.
Yeah. So if I would not watch it again. This is not something that I would want my child to see to learn a history lesson. If I want to teach my child a history lesson about slavery, I'll show them Roots. Um, that's all the history lesson they need. But and then the Confederacy and how people are very prideful about being from the South and all that stuff. I mean, I get it, but nah, it's not working in 2020. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
And I feel like I don't know. Well, I like the fact that they didn't really tell you how much time had passed. Like she could have just been there for like 2 days or something.
That's what I'm thinking because it was fresh. It was obviously fresh because when she finally remember when she finally got the phone and finally reached her husband, it sounded like he was still in panic mode.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Like we've been looking for you and da-da-da. It was fresh. So, but it seems like just begrudgingly long from the interactions with her and the masters and the overseers and the other slaves. It seems like you're just like almost a week in.
That's why like the writing was like off, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
exactly. Yeah. So but again, I do think it was also that sci-fi aspect of the fact that she was just in another dimension. You know what I mean? But they were on a reservation. not a reservation, but they were on a reenactment park or some shit. I don't know, but I just know that it was in poor taste. I did not enjoy it. The climactic ending was okay-ish. You know, it's like girl experiences injustices, girl gets revenge, story over.
Yeah, as soon, like I said, as soon as the twist came, like I was all into it for like 5 minutes, and then it made me realize the rest of the movie doesn't make sense.
Right. It was almost like a black and white I Spit on Your Grave. You ever seen I Spit on Your Grave? Oh,
No,
we gotta start reviewing old movies, Gino. We gotta start. Oh man, we gotta start. Oh, we gotta get deep.
What movie is that? Like,
it's called I Spit on Your Grave. You got to start from the 70s and go from there.
As there's like multiple like it's a series.
It's not a series, but there are multiple films. But I do think that we should go older. We should go older because that's the content that really the censorship wasn't the same as it is now. And I think if we kind of take this series back a few centuries. This podcast will be a lot more exciting, but on a scale of 1 to 10, Antebellum, I give you a 5. What about you?
That sounds about right. Like I was really disappointed in it because to say from the producers of Get Out and Us, those were great movies.
But then also you got to think from the producers of Get Out and Us, it's automatically going to be some racist shit. It's like you almost got to expect the racist aspect of it
but it was lacking in horror and
it
wasn't as much of a because this seems like an old movie. It's like we've seen this before. It's M. Night Shyamalan. Yeah. Everyone knows that.
Yeah, it's almost like we were watching an action-packed Color Purple.
Exactly, but. That's what I'm saying. I feel like as that's why I kind of was relating it. Well, maybe I was doing too much at the time, but because it was by those writers or whatever, everyone always liked to compare Get Out to Kanye and Kim. So that's when I was like, oh damn, these people are really going in on celebrities. Like this one's about Jay-Z and Beyonce now.
I didn't see that. I don't know. Maybe I just didn't look at it in that analytical sphere. I can see the Kim and Kanye one from Get Out, but I can't think of anything that I could relate Antebellum to celebrity-wise besides no, nothing comes to mind because it's so typical. The plot was just so typical, It's like when you're a black woman and you grew up watching slave movies, you know what's gonna happen. You know there's gonna be rape and pregnancy and death and burning and lynching and all this stuff, and it just I'm not impressed.
Yeah.
Worst 1999 I ever spent in my life.
Oh, you bought it?
I bought it. I'm gonna
tell you where you can find free movies after we stop recording. But
yeah, we gotta stop recording because there's probably some illegal shit knowing you. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if you can stream it, you can believe it. I don't know.
Okay, Gino. I like my 4K Ultra HD.
It needs to be 4K. Like
mm-hmm.
I feel like 720 is just fine.
Oh goodness gracious! Get with the times.
But that's what I'm saying. Like you were mad that you spent that money, so it would be if you really liked it, then go ahead and watch it again. Because if you really like it, you're gonna watch it again. That's when true. You can get the 4K version.
That's true. But yeah, this particular film, again, not saying anything about Janelle Monáe's acting. She was wonderful.
No, she was the best part. Yeah, she was the best part of the movie.
Gabor Sidibe, wonderful in her supporting role. I don't know who the other woman was, the white woman, but she was okay. Yeah, but just not impressed.
Yeah, I was expecting there to be a twist with her, like, oh, it was really the friend the whole time or something.
Me too. I was like, okay, there has to be a reason. We're watching a movie about a woman being transported into slavery times, and in the modern times she has a white friend. Come on now, that's a setup. But I'm glad that it wasn't. I'm glad that they showed that they had a genuine friendship, and I also am glad to see that they displayed, that this is progress. You know what I mean? Black women and white women can be good friends and it be okay. Black women and white women can go and eat at the same table and it's okay. And you're not going to sit us in the back of the restaurant anymore because we will call you out now. I'm glad that it showed the progress that we made as Black people and as people, period. I'm not going to just say Black people, but just people, period. So I will give kudos to that, and how it just showed that contrast between what was then, this is now. You know what I mean? Times are different, and I think that's probably what the movie was trying to portray, is that you can have your beliefs, you can be very passionate about thinking that Black women and Black people are supposed to stay down and just, stay in the subservient space. But this is 2020. This is a new century. We're in a new era. We're getting degrees. We're getting very advanced degrees. We're traveling the world. We're commingling.
It's kind of scary though, because like you said, you're right. We have a lot of advances and stuff, and with those advancements, like come like, there are pedophile islands in real life. How do you know that there isn't some island like this that exists in real life?
I'm not understanding.
I'm saying, like, how do you know that this isn't real? Could this really happen today?
Well,
they're already, they're trafficking humans already. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point. And slavery still exists in a lot of parts of the world. It's just not, it's just not.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about one that's like run by Americans.
It's not the same system, but slavery does still exist in the modern day. Hate and racism isn't going anywhere, no matter where you are in the world. But I mean, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't deny, but I'm also not going to go on a live broadcast and spill these kinds of things, even if I do know that they exist, because they know that we're talking too.
What are you talking about? You're freaking me out now.
I'm just saying, you saying all. He said it, not me. He said it.
I was asking a question.
He spilled the tea. I don't know nothing. I didn't say nothing. I'm just over here watching my Amazon Prime, paying my subscription.
I was just asking a question. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying I understand, but it something like that cannot happen today. Absolutely not. It's ridiculous. It's first of all, something like that would need funding. Who's gonna put money into something like that? No, I do not believe that something like that would ever come to fruition. And if it did, I think it would probably last for like a day before there was a whole revolt.
I'm just saying there are some islands out there that exist that are also, weird.
I get what you're saying, but I just don't think that something similar to what happened in the film would happen today, especially not in America. Nah, I doubt it. But again, still, I did not like this film, and I will not watch it again.
Yeah, exactly. It was hyped up, and I remember seeing the trailer, and the trailer looked really good too.
The trailer made it look so good, and I was just like, yes. And then it's Janelle Monáe, so I'm rooting her on, but unfortunately, didn't do it for me. And maybe I'm coming from a biased place because I'm a little tired of seeing slave movies. So it could be that as well. I'm coming from a space of just pure boredom with slave movies. So it's like nothing shocked me, nothing surprised me because,
Yeah, it felt like it was like a history, something I'd be watching in a history class or something. And
yeah,
until they got to the mod, cause I don't know, I don't like a lot of like time period pieces or something like, you
I
know what I'm
love
saying?
period pieces. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so that's what kind of what it was. But I was like all with it when they went to modern times, and then I kind of like, you know what I'm saying, I got back into it, and then when I thought they were going back in time, you know what I'm saying, I'm glad that was like really quick because I
Yeah,
didn't know where they were going at first.
yeah, yeah. So like I said, I won't see it again. The ending was climactic, but it was satisfying, but it wasn't like, yes, awesome. You know what I mean? I wasn't, because usually when I really like something, I'm standing and clapping, but I didn't clap for this one,
Even if
unfortunately.
you're like by yourself, you'll stand and clap like for
I
the
will
movie.
stand and clap if there's people here. Like if something is really good, I'm just oof. For example, Lovecraft Country. Whoo yeah.
You were talking about that last time. I still haven't checked that out.
Oh man, we'll get
I
to
did
it.
see it. It's on Netflix, right?
It's on HBO.
Oh, I don't know where I saw it then. I saw ads
HBO.
for it.
Yeah, it's really good, really good. And I think that that is also a history lesson, but it's just delivered in such an action-packed sci-fi kind of way. You'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. But Antebellum is a notebellum, or how do I say it?
Exactly.
Antebellum.
Take that, the Get Out and Us, take that off because it has nothing to do with those movies.
Nothing at
It's
all.
like a totally different type of movie altogether. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah, and
it's
as
an
you
M Night
asked me,
Shyamalan wannabe. Wait, what are you saying?
as you asked me last time, you asked me what films I'm excited for. Even though this was pushed back to 2021, I will continue to be excited for the new Candyman. I can't wait. I have watched every single Candyman film that came out from the very beginning, and I have very high expectations of the new one. So
Oh,
I'm
true,
very
true.
excited. I'm excited to review that when it finally comes out. I don't know. I don't
Well,
know why they didn't just release it. I'm so mad.
what about Spiral?
Spiral?
Yeah, you know watch that?
Haven't heard of it.
It's Saw, but with Samuel L. Jackson and like Chris Rock, I think.
Sir, for real?
Yeah, so it's like a Black
Ooh.
Saw. I feel like is what they're trying to go for. I'm not sure if it's supposed to
Ooh.
be like it's Samuel L. Jackson, so I don't know what kind of
And
movie is.
Chris Rock.
Yeah, and Chris Rock, but
Ooh.
because that was supposed to have been out already by now. I feel like I think yeah.
The movie world is failing us.
Wait, how did you watch Antebellum?
I watched it on Amazon Prime. I
Uh,
paid for it on Amazon Prime.
so you
And
own it?
I probably yeah, I own it. I know, right? How sad. I probably could have waited because, Antebellum, like when they release new films on Amazon Prime, you pay for it for some time, but then if you wait a little bit, you'll be able to watch it for free or as a part of, because I pay monthly for Amazon Prime, so I don't understand why. But anyway, um, yeah, I paid for it and probably could have waited a little longer, and watched it for free. But hey, I fell into the hype and now I'm disappointed. So yeah. Hopefully for our next review, I'm not sure what you want to do for our next review, but just let me know whatever topic you want to talk about, whatever film you want to talk about, because I've been watching Ratchet. I've been watching, of course, Lovecraft Country, which you need to watch. Yeah, anything else. But I truly, truly think if we take this podcast and we go way, way back.
I mean, so what's the first? You mean what's way back? You said like
I'm talking about
centuries.
Clockwork Orange.
Clockwork
Clockwork
Orange.
Orange.
They need to like
And
remake that into like a modern.
and Cannibal Holocaust. Like we need to go back. Back.
I don't even know about all that.
It's all right, I'll teach you. Don't worry.
No, see, I don't know. I feel like I want to do like reviews on the remakes, even though I know they're all bad, but remakes of old movies.
Okay, I'll see what I can find
I don't
because
know.
there have been lots of remakes of older films,
I
but
don't.
it just depends on your repertoire. You know what I mean? My repertoire is, I mean, I French films, German films. Let's
You
let's
ever
do
watched
it.
that movie? I'm pretty sure. Like I've. It's been one of my favorite movies for a long time. I'm not. I probably made you watch it at some point. But Jacob's Ladder. Did you watch that one? That one's a good movie.
I'll check it out.
But they remade it for Netflix last year, or maybe 2 years ago
Really?
now. I don't know. But the remake was not good. So don't watch the remake. Watch the original.
That's what I'm saying, Gino. You got to watch the originals. Come on, dude. Watch some old movies. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
But like I said, if it's too old, if it's like a period piece,
What's too old? 50s?
like yeah, even the 50s are like too old for me. Like
Come on, dude. That's the beginning of horror. That's the beginning of the like Bela Lugosi and you know what I mean? Come on, dog.
like like Mad Men. What
Mhm.
year was that? Like is
That
that
was the 60s.
even that? Oh really? Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe that's like the extent. 60s, 70s. I watched that 70s show.
That's not the same.
But
It's
you know
not
what
the
I mean.
same. I know
I
what you mean, but it's not the same.
is
Okay, Gino, Bino. Gino, thanks.
exactly Gino thing.
He's like,
I'm good on that. But
old.
no, if you come up with like a good movie and you really convinced me to watch it, I'll watch it. Like there are some good
Okay.
movies. There are some good movies. I mean, because now '90s movies are old movies. So would you say
Mm-mm, mm-mm. You got Well, yeah, you're right because I watched Death Becomes Her not long ago.
what that is?
You've never seen? Oh my gosh, with Meryl Streep. Okay, all right, but you're right. 90s is considered old now, but even older is it's good. It's just a rich experience. It's a very rich experience. So
True, true.
yeah, but for the purposes of the show, I do not recommend Antebellum. I think if you want to see horror from a racial aspect, probably Night of the Living Dead from the 50s would be your best bet.
Think about
Yeah,
zombies though.
yeah, it
I don't know.
is.
My
But
whole thing is maybe it also would
I'm
have
sorry,
been
it's from
better if we saw
1968. Excuse me.
it would have been better if we saw more of like the modern day police in this movie in Antebellum. Like they kind of just pulled up at the end and it was like that was it. You know what I'm saying?
I'm actually glad that they didn't put more police elements because that wouldn't have been appropriate at all. That
Why
wouldn't have
not?
been appropriate. That wouldn't have been appropriate. No, just not right now. No. I'm glad that they didn't. I mean, come on,
No, I'm
George
just saying.
Floyd.
I'm just saying to make it look real. Like I don't know.
What
Why is
to
she still on the
to
horse at the end? I'm saying
to to promote more anti-police rhetoric?
no. It
Did
was
we?
gonna be the opposite because they were gonna shut the place down.
Well, they
Though
did.
that's what also I was going for too. Like when she called 911 on the phone, I really thought 911 was gonna be like, oh no, we got to keep you in there or something. Like I thought they were all
Me
gonna be
too.
working together.
Me
See, they,
too.
they
Me
could have
too.
went all these different ways with it that could have just made it so much better. But
Yeah, that's a good
I
point.
don't know.
That's a good point. But again, I'm glad that they didn't show any more of the police because we didn't need to see all that. But yeah, they could have delivered a little better with this one. But at the same time, how do you take something that has been repeated over and over and over again and make it interesting and original? You know what I mean? The slave narrative has been repeated over and over and over again.
It could
The,
have
the
it could have been a bigger metaphor with the modern day.
How? Explain.
Because I like where they were going. Like, one of the first scenes of the future, like she was at the hotel lobby and like, they kind of gave her an attitude. and they could have explained more about, because you know, when they first woke up, right, they were both talking about they had to go to work, and so that's where I kind of thought they were going with it. It's like, oh, because even in the olden time part, you know, when they were all at dinner or whatever, and Janelle Monáe was like standing at the sides, it kind of felt like being a server. You know what I'm saying? And that's like, I don't know. I feel like you get treated like that too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not the same thing at all. Don't even look at me like that. It's not the same thing. I know.
I'm not. I'm listening. I'm listening deeply. I'm listening intently.
But you know what I mean. People like,
I mean,
act like servers are like their servants.
The slave narrative. I think that's what you mean, like the modern day slave. But I think she was an author. She was a published author.
Yeah, but they can still control. They can still control you from like the top. Like the publishers control what books, you know, go out, and as far as like stuff like that. Or, you know, it doesn't matter how good of a job you have if you're an author. You're still gonna get treated like shit at the hotel lobby. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that makes sense. Yeah, because you are. I mean, at the end of the day, you are still a Black woman in America.
And how did that white lady get access to the room? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's easy for her just
because she told the cleaning lady that she lost her,
her
card.
I feel like they should have shown a different one of like Janelle Monáe losing her card, and like even if it's really her room, they wouldn't allow her to do it. You know, something like that. I thought they were gonna
something more suspenseful.
Yeah, like more metaphors like that for the modern day, and not just set it up to be like, oh, you guys thought it was a past and present thing, but it's really like all happening in today's. Like, you know, that was the whole point of the modern day scene, I feel like.
Well, it is. I mean, we cannot deny that microaggression is just rampant. I mean, being a Black woman in America it continues to be a struggle, but it's just we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go. So I think that's also the narrative that this film was trying to portray, that, you know, as a people, as women, as Black women, as Black people, as a society, you know, Black, white, colored, whatever color you are, we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go.
True.
So that's what I took from, at least from the comparison of the past to modern day. It's like we've come a long way, but we still have a long way to go.
That's what I'm saying. I just feel like they didn't like do that as
they didn't deliver enough.
Yeah, it didn't deliver.
They didn't deliver enough. Oh my goodness.
All right. Well, there you have it. So I think we've established like don't buy. I mean, unless you want to support the filmmakers, don't let me like back that, because I'm really fucked up. Aren't I downloading the movie? Not downloading.
Well, I mean, come on. That's what people do now. So I'm not gonna knock you for that. But if you would
I would buy it.
Yeah, and I mean, and again, you know, it doesn't matter how you access your films as long as you love them, because we love them too, and we're here to talk about them with you. So I definitely hope that, you know, we get some more insight on this film. I definitely am curious to see what other people think, or what other people thought about the film. But personally, I got that 5 rating, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah, definitely. And if there's anything that we missed, any like references in the movie that you feel like we didn't catch or went over our heads, let us know in the comments too, because, you know, we don't always get it right either. So,
absolutely.
But definitely, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And Belle, why don't you tell them where they can find you again?
I am on Instagram, Belle Divino. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Well, thanks for stopping by again, and I'll see you next time.
Great to be here. Bye.
See you.